What's up guys, OSI Games here. Like I said in my last build video, or not build video I guess, just my last video, I did want to bring you guys my Stamina Nightblade build that I use for pretty much everything outside of Cyrodiil. I will have a build for Cyrodiil coming out soon. I got some good gameplay footage over the weekend and I'm enjoying it a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the gear. For my front bar two-hander I have the Vadishran's Maul. Haven't made the switch over to the greatsword yet, but I will be. I'll eventually have a sharpened greatsword, just a little bit more damage this patch. It's a Nirnho Maul with the Shot Glyph. I prefer Shot Glyph over the weapon damage enchantment just because it makes them take 5% more damage, applying minor vulnerability, as well as when the Glyph procs it does add to your burst. So it's really nice. Frenzy Momentum did catch a little bit of a nerf, but it's still got over a 10k tooltip, and I've still one-shotted kids with this, so it's nice to have. And you also get to run around with 190 extra weapon damage when it is buffed. Back bar, we are going to be using a Clever Alchemist Sword and Board, and I'll tell you here shortly when I go over my skills why I'm utilizing a sword and board on the Nightblade instead of a bow. But you see we got the defending sword, just trying to get as much tankiness as possible this patch. People just hit super hard, but Clever Alchemist just gives you a ton of health and a ton of damage, so great set to have, especially when you can proc it on your back bar. We got the Sturdy Shield, Tri-Stat on the shield because I do like having a little bit of extra health, as well as Magicka as a Nightblade, not just stamina when I'm trying to get away. And I don't really use the poisons on the back bar anymore since I'm not rocking the bow, so it really doesn't, it's kind of just preference what you want to do with your back bar, enchants or poisons or what have you. For my body pieces, I'm going to be rocking Balorg's 2-piece. It's going to be a heavy head and heavy shoulders. We're doing 5 medium and 2 heavy this patch, at least so far. Haven't seen a need to change yet. I got Divines here, and then I got Sturdy on this one. I haven't changed anything from last patch as far as my traits go. I will be using 5 Impen and 2 Divines once I get around to changing it, and all my big pieces will have a max health glyph on it, and all of these smaller body pieces will have Tri-Stat enchantments, just to get, for me, that's the most bang for my buck. I want a little bit more health this patch again because people are just hitting crazy hard, and I want to be able to survive a little bit more. My body piece is going to be Briarheart, 5 on the body there. Boosts my critical chance. Even though I got nerfed, I still get over 45%. So it's nice, especially because crit damage did get such a buff this patch, and crit resistance got a nerf, so no brainer for me. Gives you some max stamina as well as 440 weapon damage once you deal critical damage, and you keep that for about 10 seconds, which for a Nightblade, or really anybody, is plenty enough time to get a good burst in. Again, just going through, we got some of the Impen there already, but I still have some infused traits, like I said. I'll change that over when I get a chance. And then my jewelry, I'm going to be running 2 infused and 1 robust this patch, and the robust is going to be stam recovery, and the 2 infused are going to be weapon damage. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of my character sheet. As you can see, my health is pretty high. Stamina is not as high as the health, but I like it that way and it works for me. I have 15 points into health and 49 into stamina. You can kind of customize that however you want. My weapon damage isn't crazy high, but on the front bar it does tooltip at almost 7,800, and that's with the Shadow Mundus. So it does hit super hard. I'm hitting people with 30k executes, over 20k bows, 15k surprise attacks. So a very hard hitting build, and I have a lot of survivability. As you can see, my stam recovery is 1900, and I don't even have rally or potion or anything like that going. So it's a great build overall. Crit resistance isn't as high as I want it to be, but it's not. It's only going to get about 200 more or so. So I'm sitting pretty nice right now. Again, I use Lava Foot Soup and Soul Rice. I don't have a need for any mag or health food. This gives me the most bang for my buck for the stamina. I'm going to go ahead and get to the skills. For the front bar, I am using Relentless Focus, Surprise Attack, Camouflage Hunter. One of the reasons I run this instead of the gap closer is because I'm usually the one being chased, so I don't need a gap closer. And 2, I like the extra weapon damage and the critical chance that I get from this, and the extra damage period when I'm flanking somebody is perfect for a Nightblade especially. I use Rally, and then Executioner, and of course Incapacitating Strike. And then for the back bar, we have Shadow Image. And like I mentioned before, one of the main reasons besides tankiness that I am running a sword board this patch is because Race Against Time is an amazing skill. Not only do I get to keep the movement speed that I gave away when I gave away the bow, I get a snare and a movability removable. immobilization removal, as well as extra 10% critical damage for 12 seconds. So that's just, you're just stacking so much crit damage with this build. It's insane. And Leeching Strikes, we got Shadowy Disguise. I choose this over the Healing Morph, 1, because I already have Minor Protection from Temporal Guard, but 2, because it's nice to be able to get away when you need to, and offensively, you're guaranteed a critical strike anytime you come out of stealth, so it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Anyways, I'll go ahead and go to my champ points. I haven't messed with these at all since the first day the patch came out. I just got in here and threw on whatever I felt like would work okay, and it's been working out pretty well for me, actually. I don't feel a need to change it. I might when I get some more champ points. I have a little under 1100 right now, but for now this is working just fine. I have my Blessed all the way maxed out, which is a whopping 4% extra healing done. And then my first equipable is Untamed Aggression, just to get that extra 150 weapon and spell damage. My other equipable is Fighting Finesse for an extra 10% critical damage and healing. And then Backstabber is an extra 15% critical damage when you're flanking somebody. So again, just tons and tons of critical damage this build, being Khajiit with Race Against Time and just the passives that you have and the crit resistance getting nerfed. It's just crazy how hard you can hit. And then Deadly Aim is my last equipped champ slot, and increases your damage done to single target attacks by 2% per stage, so that's another just 10% damage there, so it's very nice. I have my piercing maxed all the way out in this tree and nothing else yet. And then over here we have the max stamina as well as the increased critical chance. So that's it for my blue tree. I'll go into my red tree a little bit. My equipable is Balanced Vitality for the health. I got Ironclad for the armor. Rejuvenation, that's for anybody, I think that's a no-brainer. You just get a free extra 150 health recovery, mag recovery, and stam recovery. Strategic Reserve, if you're not a vampire, I don't understand why you wouldn't be running this. It's an extra 1500 health recovery fully buffed, and it does scale. So anytime you're building ultimate, you're just getting free healing the whole time. So it's very nice to have. I added some in for some extra movement speed there. I got some extra health here as well. Reduced the cost of my sprint, not so much yet. Definitely maxed out the reduced cost of my tumbling and put 30 points into break free reduction so far. So that's going to be it for my champ points and also the build. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or want to kind of go over anything that I may have missed in the video, go ahead and just reach out in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.